Hi friends, welcome back to my channel SciTech. In today's video, to the CPU throttling test comparison between the Poco X3 Pro versus the Realme X7 Pro device. So this is my first time doing this kind of side-by-side comparison regarding the CPU throttling between these both phones. The reason why I'm doing this kind of comparison between both phones is because just a couple of days back I did post a video on the voting system which phone a lot of users are actually using, and most of the people they did vote for the Poco X3 Pro and the Realme X7 Pro device, as you can see friends. So that is the reason I thought of making this kind of video, and let's see which phone will be having what kind of CPU throttling results and how much higher the temperatures can actually reach between these both phones. And both phones are set to the same kind of low brightness level at this moment, and all the background applications are completely clean from both phones. Let me try to clear everything. As you can see friends, everything is completely clean from both phones. Only CPU throttling application is running at this point. There is no high performance mode and there is no gaming boosters right now enabled in these both phones. Nothing at all. Just basic CPU throttling application only. And these are the same settings I'm trying to use in both phones at this point, as you can see. And the temperatures, let's check. In the beginning it's of 32.6 and 33.6, and my room temperature 31.8. It's pretty normal, as you can see. So without wasting any time, let's get started with the test. And so in this test, my main point, I'll try to concentrate on the temperatures. So which is increasing how much kind of temperatures and which has got what kind of performance levels. So that's what I will be focusing between these both phones, CPU throttling. So this is going to be really very interesting friends to compare this both phones, because as I said, a lot of users are actually asking me this kind of comparison between both phones. So asking me to decide which phone has got what type of performance levels. Now we'll be able to get to know what is the results. So again, I'll be back after a couple of minutes of continuously running the CPU throttling. Then we can actually discuss about the temperatures, how much it got increased. Meanwhile, 33.2 and 35, as you can see in the beginning. So let's see friends, after 5 minutes what will happen with the temperatures. So right now, as you can see friends, the temperature started to increase slightly close to 40 degrees in the Realme X7 Pro, and the Poco X3 Pro remaining around 36.8 degrees. As you can see, 36.8 and 38 degrees. So you can see the temperatures out there, but you can see the graph, it became completely red in the Poco X3 Pro. This is a Poco X3 Pro which I'm trying to use, Snapdragon 860 processor and Dimensity 1000 plus processor in this phone, and both are 8GB RAM variants only which I'm trying to use. And these are the results for the first 9 minutes of time we got in the temperature. So again, I'll be back after a couple of minutes, then we'll be able to discuss in more details about this, what is happening regarding the temperatures. So right now, as you can see friends, we are able to finish the complete test as well. At this point, the temperatures are 38 degrees in this phone, 39 degrees as well sometimes, and the Realme X7 Pro 40 degrees. As you can see the difference, 40 degrees and 39 degrees. This Poco X3 Pro device, X3 Pro, Snapdragon 860 processor. These are the comparison between the temperatures between both phones, and you can see the graph how it's behaving between both phones right now at this moment. Can clearly see the difference, as you can see, and we are able to get close to 15 minutes as well at this point, and the graph looks kind of good in the Realme X7 Pro at this moment when you compare with the Poco X3 Pro. And let's see the results. Final results are completely out, as you can see friends. So the Realme X7 Pro has got really good scores, and CPU throttle only up to 78% in this phone and 54% in the Poco X3 Pro device, and maximum score we got 2,68,000 and 3,33,000 in the Realme X7 Pro. An average 187 and average is 290 only in this Realme X7 Pro. I need to compare with the Realme X7 Pro versus Realme X7 Max, I think so, maybe OnePlus Nord 2. So and minimum score 257 and minimum score is 135, as you can see. These are the CPU throttling results between both phones, and definitely the Realme X7 Pro feels slightly better in terms of this CPU throttling application. And thank you for watching this video friends, and I'll see you in the next video, and then stay tuned for more updates. In case if you have any other queries, let me know in the comment section below. So meanwhile, signing off. Bye.